Are you ready? My own clients will pay me before service. Hello there, this is Layi Wasabi. Sorry, I'm a hustler. If I tell you my secret, you will pay. My name is Layi Wasabi and this is TechCabal. This is Mr. Lawyer. I have 2 black suits and about 5 other different colors of the same type of suits. I inherited them from my grandfather, so I have quite a number. Is there any similarity between myself and the law? Let me see. I'm kind of looking at the positive characters of the law. But for the most part, no. My own clients will pay me before service, so I'm not gonna appear for anybody in court before. But I'm gonna go with no, not that I can think of right now, no. I'm a hustler. Like the Genesis character, so maybe that part. But I don't scam people. I'm a very honest person.
You said this year you don't want to agree for anybody. You will agree for me. You want to join the GNCC class or not? Oh, yeah?
So there's the process, with the stages. I think the first thing is the idea. You understand? The plots, anyway. The whole thing is the idea first, but the plots, like knowing the situation you want to create. Okay, this is a character that is known for burning houses, that is now looking for your own address. You understand? That's the initial plot. And there's a dialogue before you get to a dialogue that is structured to tell the story, because you don't want to establish, people, this is the law, this is the character. You want to create a dialogue where people get the story, from the. Then after that is execution, knowing the location that you want to put the characters, the setting you want to establish, the shots. Yeah, I mean that's the whole process before you get the final skits. The breakthrough video for me would have been I think the first viral moment that I had that I knew people were going to be looking forward to my next video was the professor video. I did a professor skit where somebody wanted to enter university for medicine with 130 as his jump score. So that was the first video that I knew that, okay, some recognition is going to follow this. And it did happen. People were able to recognize me on the streets from the video. But I think that the character, or when I say the moments that actually became, what Layi Wasabi is today, would be the series of content that came after I created the law content or the law character. So following creating the law character, I did a couple, a series of contents that kept, just blowing out of proportion. And I knew, okay, yeah, we're here. I think being a skitmaker, I think it equips you with the basic tools that you need to be an actor. Because to do skits, you need to act, and it even kind of trains you better for the movie setting. You understand? I think the only thing that might happen when you move from movies to from skits to movies is just the initial, the jittery feeling that, okay, this is a big asset, but you already have the acting skills from skitmaker. And I didn't find it offensive when people call me a skitmaker. I think I'm a lot more than being a skitmaker. I'm a comedian, you understand that? But to find being called a skitmaker offensive, I think it would, to demean the term skitmaker, I think it's noble enough being a skitmaker. And yeah, I do not find it offensive at all. I think content creation is in a pretty good place right now. Even, before I started creating content, being a heavy content consumer, I enjoy scrolling Instagram and seeing content from, a lot of content creators. Then I think that the role I play in the ecosystem is also, because I think my distinctive factor was also being able to create skits in a way that was not conventional at the time I started creating skits. I didn't go the general route of, being very animated and having a lot of sound effects. I just went with more or less a very passive storytelling feeling. I just think that was the flair that I brought into the industry.
I don't even know my address. Paco.
For the law.
I think algorithm also moves as well as, because society is volatile, is dynamic. The audience that you have today, they enjoy a certain pattern of things today, tomorrow they do not. And I think the algorithm follows that too as well. if you've been doing content in a certain way that the algorithm supports because people enjoy it, if people start to stay away from that, from what they used to enjoy, the algorithm will reflect that. Instagram will naturally not promote your content because people do not engage. So it kind of changes the kind of content that content creators create, because now you want to create content that people enjoy and automatically, Instagram promotes. So yeah, the algorithm does in a very, very large way affect the kind of content out there. I think also being put, the niche that I have now, the niche that I find myself, I think is my own doing and undoing. You understand? It was also an intentional effort for people to see me in the light that they see me today. And I understand if it might be jarring or it might be a little bit of a struggle to see me in that light. But I think it's a step-by-step process, you understand? Sometimes we train our own audience. So I know when it's time to see me in another light, we have to take baby steps there, because if you wait to see the note today, then, just once to tomorrow. A lot of people won't take me seriously, but it's baby steps, and I know there's a getting there, so it doesn't bother me. Jami Modi. And Jami Modi was there. I'm just, creating content that I enjoy, and I hope that the people that consume the content I do feel the same way. It's a lot easier to navigate your audience and their preferences when you are a macro influencer. When you have a smaller audience, it's easy to gauge that, okay, this is the kind of community that I've been able to build. But when you have a following of over 3 million above, across social media, is hard to navigate their preferences. So for me right now, I'm just basically doing what I love, and I hope that the fact that you are following me, we kind of share the same interest. I've started creating content before 2020. I've started creating content a while ago, but the type of content that you see now, I would say I started creating content since 2015. Yeah, that's when I did my first skits. I think a lot has changed. Content has moved. So there was a time that I think people loved fast-paced content. I think that was since the time of Vines, say from like 2014, 15-ish, people love fast-paced content that you would do in that 10 seconds, 15 seconds, we have the joke, and it moves on. But over time, Instagram expanded the time for it. People now have more patience for content. Content moved to 1 minute. Now we have people doing content for 3 minutes. Longer than that, people have the patience for it. But I think now we are kind of going back to the fast-paced type of content. I think because of the advent of TikTok. So people want to see you get to your points. It might not be as quick as it was before, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. But I don't think a lot of people have the patience for 4 minutes, 5 minutes video, except they are now like your fan. Do you understand? But I think if you're an upcoming creator, nobody has 5 minutes to give you. I believe so much in the grace of God. I also believe that I enjoy, grace from God in terms of career success. But also, I also believe that I've been able to distinct myself in some way. Being able to create content in a way that was not primarily consumed before. With the whole, I employed a lot of quietness and serenity in my early days of creating content that wasn't the norm of the day. For me then, so because I started creating content on TikTok, Twitter. On Twitter then, it was, I think if I'd done anything above 7K, because I was averaging, on Twitter I was averaging, a lot of retweets. Well, then if I had done anything above 7K, I think it was a good content. 10K was epic, you understand? And I've done content if I hit 20K retweets as well. So yeah, but I think if it does 7K and above, I think it's pretty good content. If it doesn't do up to 3K, maybe people are not feeling the content. So that's for Twitter. But for Instagram is hard to tell, but I think I average maybe 100,000 likes on the original content. If people enjoy the content, I think 100,000 likes means, you know, people kind of enjoyed it. If it does 200,000, then, you know, okay. Then anything above 200,000, okay. God is involved. I've done a lot of audience preference or audience preferred content. You understand? Me as a creator, there are some ideas that I might have, I don't know. I might not just be feeling it. I will share with my team and they're like, okay, wow, this will work. And I'm like, okay, then let's do it for people that will enjoy it. And there are some ideas that people suggest to me and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. When I share with my team, they're like, wow, this is beautiful. I mean, you should at least try. And yeah, I've seen it play out many times. So I know, when I've done content that I thought, oh, wow, you people love this, so I need to lift my hand. You understand? So, I mean, we are still trying to get ours. It's in marriage. I think that's the call it engagements. We are trying to understand each other. You understand? Hopefully, we'll get better with it. So the way my team is, there's the execution people, there's the idea people. The idea people, that is, you know, my management. Sometimes when I want to create content and I feel like, okay, do you think this would fly in terms of where my brand is at, or the type of audience that I've been able to create? Because also primarily to my management is my audience too as well. So they feel, okay, this with your brand, I mean, it could align, this it might not align. Sometimes I create content of the wing. In fact, most of the time I create content of the whole. But there are some ideas that I share with them. There are some ideas that they share with me that, okay, we think that the law needs to say something about this. We think that there should be Layi Wasabi content created around this subject matter. And that happens a number of times. Then I have people that I discuss with in terms of execution. Okay, now there's this idea. How do we execute it? Where do we go? Where's the location? What actor, what voice should do this? Most of the time, it doesn't involve most of my management there. Maybe the only person that execution will not involve is the team lead of my management, who is Penza. So I have a separate conversation with execution people. There's a lot of back and forth when creating content, but I mean, it's beautiful.